Hello students, today we will talk about present simple tense. Present simple tense in English is translated into Kazakh as "Жаю США" or "Auspalo США". So present simple tense is one of several forms of present tense in English, and it's applied to describe habits, unchanging situations, general truths and facts, and fixed arrangements. The formation of present simple tense is very simple. We should just use the base form of a verb after the subject in a sentence. But the case that we should keep in mind is that we should be very careful with the main verbs in third person singular because we add s after the main verb in present simple tense. Now, let's consider the structure of present simple tense in affirmative, negative, and the interrogative sentences. So the structure of affirmative sentence of present simple tense is subject plus verb plus object. For example, we like tea. Here, we is subject, like is verb, tea is object. In negative sentence, the structure of present simple tense is subject plus do not, does not, plus verb plus object. So the students, you should be very careful when forming negative sentence and interrogative sentences in present simple tense, because in these forms of a sentence, we should use especially auxiliary verb of present simple tense. So here the special auxiliary verb of present simple tense is do and does. We use do with I, we, you, and they. And we use does with third person singular, that is with she, he, and it. Here, for example, we don't like tea. As we can see in negative sentence, also the verb precedes the main verb. As for the interrogative sentence, in this case, we use auxiliary verbs do and the does before the subject. For example, do you like tea? Does he like swimming? Now let's have a detailed look at the formation of these forms of a sentence in present simple tense. For example, I like, you like, we like, you like, they like. But as we can see, the verb in affirmative sentence with third person singular takes S. He likes, she likes, it likes. In the negative sentence, as I have mentioned, do and the does auxiliary verbs are used. And in negative form, we add not after the auxiliary verbs do and the does. And we may use do not, or in the contracted form, don't and doesn't. For example, I don't like tea. We don't like tea. You don't like tea. They don't like tea. And with third person singular, we use auxiliary verb does plus not, and as a result, we get doesn't. He doesn't like swimming. She doesn't like swimming. It doesn't like, for example, sleeping. And in interrogative form of a sentence, auxiliary verbs do and does precede the subject. For example, do you like? Do they like? Do we like, in this case, and with third person singular, does he like, does she like, does we like, does it like, sorry. In special questions, question words as when, why, who, what kind of, this kind of question words precede auxiliary verbs in a question sentence. For example, what do you like? What does he do? Where does he come from? So on and so forth. Now, let's consider the use of present simple tense. The present simple tense generally is used in 9 cases. Firstly, we use present simple tense to speak about general truths. For example, the sun rises in the east. Yes, this is the general truth. For example, birds arrive to their warm countries in spring. In summer, it doesn't rain much. Yes, this kind of general truths are expressed by the use of present simple tense. And also we use present simple tense to speak about habits. For example, I play badminton every day. He gets up early in the morning every day, so on and so forth. Also, we use present simple tense to refer to future timetables. For example, our train leaves at 9 o'clock. Her work starts at 8 o'clock. His classes finish at, for example, 10 o'clock or 7 p.m. in this case, in this way. So also we use present simple tense to express future time after this kind of words as when, until, before, as soon as, so on and so forth. For example, I won't go out until it stops raining. And another application of present simple tense is to speak about permanent situations. For example, he works in a bank. He lives in the USA, and so on and so forth. Also, present simple tense is applied for newspaper headlines. For example, the man enters space. Also, the action here refers to future time. We use present simple tense for newspaper headlines. Present simple tense is also used with non-progressive or non-action verbs. Sometimes we call them as state verbs, yes? Verbs that describe state of a person, feeling, emotion, describing emotion, feeling, and opinion of a person. For example, I believe you are right. I believe you are innocent, so on and so forth. Another application of present simple tense is when telling stories. For example, suddenly the window opens and a masked man enters. The last usage of present simple tense is for giving directions and instructions. For example, first of all, you break the eggs and whisk with sugar. Now, there are some notes that we should keep in mind while using present simple tense for third person singular. In the third person singular, the verb always ends in s, as I have mentioned before. For example, he wants, she needs, he gives, she thinks, he tries, and so on and so forth. In negative and the question forms, we should use auxiliary verb does, and we should add not to the auxiliary verb in negative form of a sentence. Yes, for example, he wants ice cream. Does he want the ice cream? He doesn't want vanilla. Next, in a third person singular, the main verb takes s, but there are some cases that we should follow, some rules that we should follow, because there are many verbs in English that end in letter Y. And when we add s to this kind of verbs in present simple tense, the last letter Y in some cases changes to letter I. In some cases, it stays without any change. So let's consider these cases. So in examples, for example, fly flies, cry cries, we changed letter Y into I because here the letter Y comes after the consonant letter L and R, therefore it functions here as vowel letter. And when we add s or present simple tense ending of the third person singular, the letter Y changed into I, and the S is added with the help of the letter E. And as a result, we write flies, F-L-I-E-S, K-R-I-E-S for cry. But in some cases, as I have said, the letter Y stays without any, remains without any change. And when we add S in the third person singular, because here in examples, for example, play, pray, because here the letter Y comes after the letter vowel letter A. As a result, it functions here as a consonant letter. Therefore, present simple tense ending S is added without any change. Also, there are some verbs that takes S with the letter E, such as verbs ending in letter double S, ending in letter X, ending in SH and CH. For example, he passes, she catches, he fixes, it pushes. Now let's have a look at examples. He goes to school every morning. Here we're speaking about habit. He understands English. It mixes the sand with the water. He tries very hard. She enjoys playing the piano. Now, students, there are some adverbs of frequencies that help us to not to confuse other tense with present simple tense, and then there are many of them, as always, often, every day, usually, in generally, rarely, frequently, almost never, and never. Now, students, these are all about present simple tense. I believe that this information will improve your understanding of present simple tense and enhance your usage of present simple tense in practice. Thank you a lot for your attention. Goodbye.